Welcome exiles to my quick Immortal Syndicate guide for max profit. I'll try my best to explain the strategy to get most out of your June missions. Now this guide is not for absolute beginners, there are way too many beginner guides on YouTube and I don't want to repeat things that have been said 100 times over. So this guide assumes you know your way around Syndicate board and we'll just focus on a way to set it up for profit. Now, before we continue, if you enjoy watching my videos, consider subscribing and turning on the notifications, so you don't miss when I release new videos. The best strategy these days is to farm only research and intervention, and ignore fortification and transportation. Furthermore, for maximum profit, it's recommended that you only have 2 syndicate members in research and 2 in intervention. Before running a safe house, you should level your members to level 3. Every syndicate member that you don't care about should be sent to fortification and transportation. Those members are going to be used for intelligence farming. You should build as many trust and hate connections between members of 2 branches that you want to farm and other syndicate members. Also, building hate and trust relationship between the members that you're farming is fine. But don't build hate and trust relationship between 2 members that you don't care about. Okay, this is the basis for our strategy. I have a few more tips on how to manipulate the board, but first let's see which syndicate members are the best in each branch. To make this easier, there is one excellent cheat sheet that I found. So far it has been updated for every league. It has all the info at glance. I will have a link in the description for that. If you're using Trade Companion program, it also includes that cheat sheet. You just right click on a tray icon, go to Leagues, Sheets, then Betrayal. You'll find all the information on which members are profitable and what rewards you will get. That said, let's take a look why some members are profitable and which members you actually want in research and intervention. For research branch, we'll want to have Edet Fled for Bridgestone upgrades. If you upgrade Shayula Bridgestone, at the moment the price of Bridgestone is around 45 chaos, and upgraded is 110 chaos, meaning that you more than double your money with Edet Fled. Furthermore, if you have Edet Fled as a leader of research, you can upgrade 2 Bridgestones, so you'll get 130 chaos pure profit. That sounds good? Well, it gets better. Other research member should be Vorici for white sockets. Now, this is where it gets interesting. You might think, how do I sell that? Well, there are 2 ways. You can try to sell as a service on global chat or on Forbidden Trove Discord server. I'm not sure how much it costs these days because I usually don't do that. Another method that I personally prefer is to buy some item and add white sockets and sell them for more currency. As one example that I did today, I got a unique chest called Vile Wrap that is dexterity based, so it has affinity for rolling green sockets. But people like to have 5 red and 1 green socket on it. That is impossible to roll with crumbs and it's really expensive on a bench. So I went and bought one that had 3 red and 3 green sockets for 40 chaos. I got lucky to roll over 2 green sockets, so now I have a chest that has 3 white sockets, 1 green and 2 red. Chests with those colors go around anywhere from 200 to 300 chaos. I will be happy if I sold it for 200, to be honest. So this is a bit RNG, but in this instance, you made a big profit for just ranking up Vorici. But you might not get lucky every time, since Vorici gives from 1 to 3 white sockets and he has to be rank 3 to give you that. If it's low rank, it's gonna give you 1, or for rank 1 gives 1 socket, for rank 2 2 sockets, 1 from 2 sockets, and for rank 3 1 to 3 sockets, so it's a bit of RNG there. But if you don't want to basically gamble with that kind of stuff, you have a different option. You can get the Pariah ring. It costs 10 chaos. And when you add white socket, it's worth 25 chaos. So it's double in your investment, but it's not like a big profit. But there's one good thing about this strategy. You don't need the Vorici to be level 3, since you only need one white socket, and it's guaranteed to roll at least one, I think, so you can always get this and you don't have to rank up Vorici. And the price of this ring depends on if people are doing magic find characters, since it's for that kind of build. Well, that covers the research branch. Let's move on to intervention. Intervention is used for farming various scarabs. Each syndicate member gives a different type of scarab, so you just need to see what are the most expensive scarabs on POE Ninja website and reference the cheat sheet in the description to see who drops those scarabs. And logically, well, put those syndicate members in intervention. As we said, for max profit only put 2 members. I would pick in this instance Sulfite and Legion, but just as I said, check POE Ninja if you're watching this video in future. This means that I would run Chimeria and Vegan in intervention. Sometimes people like to buy a lot of divination scarabs, so those are really good, and Legion scarabs are good. Sulfite is almost always good since people like to run Delve. So those are some ideas, but definitely just check the prices on POE Ninja, that's the best way to do it. Okay, now you know who goes where, but how do you get them there? Well, I have few tips that can help you out manipulating the syndicate board. First of all, never run the mastermind, that is going to reset your board, and you will have to start over. That said, if you have a really bad board, feel free to run the mastermind, reset the board and start building it from scratch. When you have a fresh board, you should run all the branches until you discover all the members. If the member you're looking for is not on board, look for an option to remove a member that you don't need. This is going to remove that member and add a new member, giving you an opportunity to add missing members to the board. When you use fortification and transportation members for intelligence, avoid imprisoning them if they're not ranked up, since if you completely derank them, they might end up going to the wrong branch on release. And they also give more items, intelligence, experience if they're ranked up, as far as I know. So first, rank them up a bit before using them for intelligence. If you're enjoying syndicate farming but you don't have June missions, you can start buying a Master 6 Help Prophecy for June. They're a bit pricey, but if you have a good board setup, you can easily get your money back. Not really a tip for currency making, but if you want to level up a character fast, Syndicate gives a lot of experience. Running Syndicate safe house is like running a Bridgestone, and interrogating members gives experience. Just saying, you might as well farm Syndicate for profit and get experience instead of running pure Bridgestones that just eat up your currency. You can save your June missions for new characters that need some experience boost. Those are just some tips that I could think of. Obviously, the list could be really long, especially if we include tips for setting up board for if you don't know anything about Syndicate. But as I said, there are quite a few videos on YouTube explaining just that, and this video is supposed to give you the strategy for setting up the board, not teach you, well, the absolute basics. So if you actually have some tips that helped you out, let me know in the comments. We can make a list, and maybe if the list gets really long, I can make a new video for this. We'll see. Anyways, if I think of something, I will write a comment, pin it probably. So jump in the comments after you finish watching video to see if there are more tips that can help you out. I hope this strategy helped you make some currency with Syndicate. I know that June is probably the most feared master by new players since the board can be a bit complicated. But our setup is relatively simple, so just try it out and see how much currency you make. I guarantee you it's gonna be a decent bump in profit. If you're tracking profit, let me know how much currency you made once you started using the strategy. Anyways, this is all Exiles. I'll see you in the next one.